Today we're talking about the steps you could take to control your anger. How's it going, guys? Dr. Tank PharmD here, board certified practicing pharmacist and personal health coach, helping action takers like you take back control of their lives and emotional health. And although I am a practicing medicine specialist, I'm not your specialist. So if you have any questions regarding your condition, please see your doctor. Don't forget to click like and subscribe, it helps me a lot. Let's get into it. So you're going to work. Get in your car, start the engine, drive off. Take your normal route. Traffic's a little slow today, so you merge over to the fast lane. And just when you're about to change over to the quick lane, some guy cuts you off, takes your spot in the fast lane. Oh, this pisses you off, and you're gonna let him know it. You catch up to see who it is. Why do we do that? Why do we have to know who's driving? Like we have a racist or sexist joke lined up for them. Someone's gonna let them know they f***ed up and took your spot, and who better than you? This is when the story takes a turn. This is when you have to make the choice. Do you pursue it or not? Do you let your anger go? Or do you get your revenge? And that's what this is, revenge. This is revenge because there's an emotional component to it. You're emotional when you're making these decisions. If it was justice, there'd be no emotional attachment to it. But make no mistake, this is revenge. If you want to get revenge, you have to consider the cost. A quick browse at the news makes you realize that there's a lot of road rage incidents happening lately. Some of them involving fatalities of child passengers. So you have to consider, is this revenge worth the cost? And it is a high cost. What do you do with all the anger that's left inside you if you decide to not choose revenge? Society says you can either let it out or push it down inside you. If you stuff it down inside you, it's gonna fester. It's gonna make you very angry. And anything else that gets in your way, even the tiniest irritation, is gonna get you even angrier. And it's gonna raise your blood pressure. And it's gonna make you more anxious than ever. And that's not healthy. If you choose to vent it, it's not the best decision either. But as long as there's no long-term consequences for your actions, it's not the worst idea. And then there's the logical solution, which is take a breath and count to 10. We all know to do this. But there's a couple problems with that. Is that even though we know we have to do that, we know it hasn't worked for us in the past. But some people swear that it works. And another thing is that knowing something and doing something in the moment are completely different things. So how do we get this to work for us? There are two problems with this. One is that when your emotions take over, it's very hard to fight them. People think that turning on and off their emotions are like moving their arm. They think, because it's a part of me, I think it and my arm moves. Therefore, my emotions are inside of me. I think it and my emotions will turn off. Your emotions are like a train. When it's going, it's hard to stop. In addition, it picks up more inertia as it gets along. So anything that gets you angry is like getting the train to go. And then all those little irritations push it even further. So when you want to stop that anger, it's hard to stop that emotional inertia. Also, when your emotions are going, your emotional brain is the one in the driver's seat. So, the logical mind that you have to take a deep breath and count to 10 takes a back seat to that. You're not thinking about what you need to do, but you're reacting. So the logical notions to take a deep breath, let it go, or count to 10 are thrown out the window. That's because you haven't developed the skill to practice that when you need it. And that's what your emotional reactions are. They're a skill. They take training. You can't expect to go to the Olympics for the first time, doing something for the first time and get gold. It takes thousands and thousands of reps in order to even get to that level of skill. So you need to get the skill to practice controlling your emotions. Once you practice that skill enough, it'll kick in whenever your emotions are in the driver's seat. You want to be able to react instinctively and have that skill available. You don't have your logical mind driving you when you're reacting emotionally. So you have to make sure your instincts know what they're doing. Like elite Olympic athletes, they have to practice what they're doing constantly so that they're not thinking about it when they need it the most. But how do you train this emotional skill? Like a lot of skills, you have to practice on the easy level. Take tiny things in life that irritate you, like spam likely calls, or spam mail, or something's not in the right spot, or grammar mistakes. These are tiny little irritations that don't even matter tomorrow, but they get you irritated enough that you're emotionally reacting. So in that emotional reacting mode, you want to do what you can to control the anger. That's the anger easy mode. Once you're able to control the anger in easy mode, you can push on to more advanced things, like slow drivers or loud neighbors. It's the practice of these emotional skills that makes you stronger when you need that muscle later on. And that's what this pretty much is. It's a muscle that you put in the reps to practice on and get stronger. So when you practice these emotional controls on the easy level and do the reps that are necessary, once something really frustrating kicks in, your instincts know what to do. And they've practiced it thousands of times. You have to do this daily and almost constantly in order to get it under control. What do you guys think? What are tiny little irritations that get you angry? Let me know in the comments below. If you're struggling to get control of your emotions and want the tools that help you take back control of them, check out the Emotional RX program in the link below. And if you want to know the top 3 mistakes people make when they're trying to get back their emotional health, check out the link in the free ebook below. Don't forget to click like and subscribe if this video has been helpful to you. And until next time guys, be healthy.